When talking about new characters for a Smash game, a lot of reasons are debated. Does the character come from a prominent series? Does the character have interesting moveset potential? Does the character bring something new and interesting to Smash? Is the character not a Fire Emblem character? Third goes a lot into the intense fan debate about who should be in Smash Ultimate's final roster, but today I want to talk about a character that I believe embodies all of these qualities and more. A character not so well known by gamers in the West, but certainly has a prominent internet and gaming presence whether you know who she is or not. Today I'll be talking about why I think Reimu Render from the Touhou Project series should join the Smash Ultimate roster. Starting off with the easy questions, Reimu is the main character of the Touhou Project series, a bullet hell shoot-em-up series with a mass Eastern fanbase, with everything from Touhou bands, to Touhou conventions, to Touhou fan games you can actually buy on Switch. Seriously, this fanbase is dedicated enough to make a Touhou fan anime. 2 Touhou fan animes. Sorry, do I hear 3? But really, what is the big deal with Touhou? Why do people like it so much? Well, Touhou is a series of bullet hells starring Reimu Render and Murasa Karasami primarily. The games take place in a fantastical land called Gensokyo, a land where Japanese myths called yokai can exist without fading away in the outside world. Basically, due to humans forgetting about myths and monsters in the age of logic and reasoning, lots of yokai are in danger of being forgotten and fading away. Reimu's job is to solve incidents started by yokai and other beings to maintain balance in Gensokyo, whether that be them blotting out the sun with a red mist, unbalancing the border of life and death to find out what's under their tree, or whatever the Mariah Shrine is doing this week. The gameplay of Touhou is fairly simple in concept. You pick your girl, you dodge, you lose to the stage 5 boss. The gameplay consists of dodging bullet patterns created by your enemies. You, in turn, shoot back projectiles and whittle down their health bar until they explode instead of you, hopefully. You can also use bombs in order to do a lot of damage and get yourself out of sticky situations. These games are by no means easy, but they are a lot of fun for a lot of people, hence why people keep buying them. Currently, there are 17 mainline installments in the series and no end in sight. Touhou has spanned a few decades worth of content, with the first game being released in 1996 and the most recent being released in 2019. Touhou has a lot of other content with the aforementioned fanbase and other official works including spin-offs and several volumes of manga. So, in short, Touhou is big and Touhou is liked. Now that we know what Touhou is, we can start talking about who Reimu is. What does she have in terms of moveset that can be used in Smash? Well, Reimu is a Shinto shrine maiden who is trained in defeating yokai and all sorts of sacred practices. Reimu utilizes a lot of spiritual based attacks in her battles rather than anything too physical. A lot of her attacks could be taken from one of the several Touhou fighting games, where she there too uses a lot of projectiles to win battles. Reimu's main form of attack in all her games is her Ofuda, which are basically magical pieces of paper used to exterminate evil beings, although they do work on other enemies as well. Another attack she has is her yin-yang orbs. They're orbs made of energy that tend to bounce around the screen and do damage to anyone that they touch. Kinda like the rings that Wendy throws in Super Mario. For her smash attacks and tilts, Reimu utilizes her purification rod for melee-based attacks. Reimu also occasionally makes barriers, so her having a reflector wouldn't be that unreasonable. Although almost all Touhou characters have the ability to fly, Reimu's floaty nature transcends more than just flying. Reimu is often described as a very floaty fighter, moving around her enemies like a feather while also striking powerfully when she does attack. I think that'd be a really interesting character we've never really seen before. A floaty-based projectile character. Like Jigglypuff with a gun. Finally, I'd like to address one of Reimu's strongest attacks, Fantasy Seal. Fantasy Seal is Reimu's main trump card. It's Reimu's bomb in most Touhou games, and she uses it to defeat a lot of foes throughout the series. It's a highly powerful attack, involving summoning balls of light around her and then shooting them at her foes to deal a lot of damage. I think this could be great for a final smash, or even a bomb-based system with her down B, similar to how Banjo has his Wonder Wing meter. I think it'd be a fun concept, and really plays around with the whole bullet hell character Reimu would end up pioneering. All in all, Reimu has a lot of stuff that she could draw from. Copy-pasting from a Touhou fighting game or two wouldn't be hard, but I think Reimu has quite a bit to offer moveset-wise, and there is definitely a lot of room to explore with her, which I have no doubt would translate into a fun and unique character to add in a Smash. Reimu would obviously have to bring a lot more to the table in terms of other stuff. Spirits, a stage, and music tracks. Thankfully, Touhou has a lot of content to choose from, so this isn't too much of a head scratcher. First, let's start with the stage. Touhou has a lot of locations to choose from, but the most obvious choice would have to be the Hakurei Shrine. It fits way too perfectly with all the other DLC stages. It's Reimu's home location, and it's even been shown to have Touhou characters scattered in the background, like the other DLC stages have been doing. Frankly, it's a perfect fit for the DLC pass. Spirits are also pretty easy picks. Touhou has a lot of colorful and adored characters to choose from, so picking a lot more of the prominent ones wouldn't be too hard. Let's just hope they use the fighting game art and not the original art for too many of the renders. Finally, music. Oh boy. I'll keep it short, but Touhou has a very large selection of music to choose from, and Touhou music is incredibly good. Touhou has a massive music fanbase that makes Undertales look small in comparison. It's huge, and chances are you've heard a few songs from Touhou you didn't know were from Touhou in the first place. For those curious, I'll be leaving a playlist in the description of a few songs that are popular and good, so feel free to check it out. As for my personal picks, as many as you can possibly fit. Reimu has a lot she can bring to the table in terms of pretty much everything. She'd be a great choice for an indie rep, as she's popular in both the West and East, and she's spanned multiple decades worth of content. She's a female character who has a lot of potential to be an interesting fighter. She'd also be representing a completely new genre of Smash, the 2D shoot 'em up genre, which, fun fact, is one of Sakurai's favorite genres. Does Reimu have a chance to be in the Fighter Pass? Honestly, maybe. Touhou has kept surprising me with how secretly mainstream it is, inspiring a lot of creators, including Toby Fox of all people. Speaking of one-man armies, the sole creator of Touhou Project, Zune, who is also friends with Toby Fox, has stated that he would like to see Reimu in Smash one day. And that worked out for Banjo. Of course, that hasn't worked out for other indie characters, so why Touhou? Well, I'll leave it with one last weird piece of information. Touhou Project is having a collaboration with a really big franchise. I can't say which franchise, but let's just say they're really... Okay, Touhou Project is having a collaboration with Hello Kitty. I can't make this shit up. Yeah, Touhou is having a collaboration with Sanrio, also known as the second highest grossing franchise of all time. If Touhou can get a collaboration with Hello Kitty, then Reimu can get into Smash, hands down. I rest my case.